got a few Dalton models here I wanted to show off. This one in particular. I'm fixing to trade this for a few other knives. It's one I absolutely love, but the gentleman has made me an offer I cannot refuse. Now, I'm not an expert on Rob Dalton, so I can only answer some basic information on him. And I've only got a few of his knives, and these are all of them. I'm going to put an insert in of an out the front that I had here. That knife was called the Mayhem. I asked Rob to give me a reverse tanto, and he called that a Texas tanto, and that's the knife he produced for me. I ended up trading that one off. It was just too big and bulky to really carry realistically. Great knife for self-defense, but for everyday use, not so much. And since I do use my knives, I really couldn't find much pocket time for that one. I got a Benchmade 940 here and a Rat 1. Just wanted to show some of the sizes compared to these guys. Hopefully you guys can get an idea of how big they are. I'm going to go ahead and remove these other knives. Now, I'm not sure of the truthfulness to it or what all the background is, but I've heard Rob Dalton helped design the black knife, which this Microtech LUDT is kind of modeled after. The black knife was the Navy SEAL knife that looks very similar to this. I can't remember who produces it now. It's like Oxford or somebody. The Almar Cert, the LUDT, I think Paragon makes one. A lot of knives basically came out from that design, and I think Rob Dalton had a part to play in the design of it. Again, I don't know the truthfulness to that. This model, the Drifter, is one of my favorite locking mechanisms. I've shown it off before, but it's like you got this entire back lock that's on a spring that moves forward and backward, and you actuate it with this axis lock design. And when you open the knife ambidextrously, that back lock slides onto the tang of the knife, similar to what you would see in a knack lock or I'm sorry, the compression lock. So, real cool design, one of my favorite locking mechanisms. If I'm not mistaken, this was made somewhere around 2006, and when he made it, he got a lot of flack for using G10. Apparently most of the autos back then were all made with aluminum, and everybody thought him using G10 was a poor choice. It's got Dalton engraved on the knife itself. This one's called the Relic 2. Got a skull engraved on there. Dalton USA. Same on the other side. It's just a push button auto. It's got a ton of kick. Now, two of these were made, the Relic 2 and the Relic 1. The Relic 1 was just a drop point. Really nice. Fits well in the hand. It's just a pleasure to use. It's got jimping up here on the thumb ramp, which does have an incline, so your finger just locks right in. MTF, this is more of a combat style knife, though I have been using it at work pretty hard. Just a simple design. There's no washers, I don't think, on any of these knives. They just ride across the inside of the handles. This textile, tacky kind of handle material, I'm not sure what it is, but if you get alcohol on it, it gets real sticky. Probably just a cheap textile coating. This is the Minuteman. It's got Dalton engraved on the side as well. And it says "First to Fight." It's got this Eddie Van Halen like paint job on it. This is probably my hardest hitting one. This thing just flies out. Well, this one probably hits just a little bit harder. So this is the one I'm going to be trading. And like I said, the guys made me an offer I can't refuse. I'm not going to disclose what I'm getting, but when it's all said and done, I'll have a few more Daltons I can show off to you guys. I had to get a video of it though, because once it leaves my possession, I will never be able to replace this knife. It's one of a kind. Though the quality is not on par with, say, a Kershaw or Microtech, it's still something I can never replace. If the offer wasn't something ridiculous, there's no way I would let this go. It does have a few scratches on it from use, but I've said it in 1,000 videos, I use my knives. And it came with its own scratches. Like I said, Dalton quality is not Kershaw. There you go, you can see some scuffs up here. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them at the bottom. I'll do my best to answer them. Appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good one.